Now a handoff. This is Gordon. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 20. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
This is fielded inside the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, and not easily done.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Gone, 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 gone. All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Looking to throw. Knight completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Knight. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Knight. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The fullback comes through with a big play there. The Chargers getting set to go. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as a...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
4 down. Alert. Watch him now, Barney. Jam.
On third down, it's Jackson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Southern California after this. They'll look to throw here on first down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
And able to get him inside the 5 here. Just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there. And it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Jackson. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stop loss. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's his carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On is a man who began his career as a Dolphin, Caleb Sturgis, for the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So now here come the Dolphins. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Gun! Detroit! Gun!
On 1st and 10, Knight. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Knight. And he's going to go down again. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Knight steps away to his left. And it's caught by Parker. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Knight going up top. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air on second down. Knight. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
A final shot before break. Knight. And now another one thrown incomplete. We have hit halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, the first play of the drive there is he couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's second and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Gone! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again. Knight. He dumps it off to Drake. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Off-play action. Knight. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
This is Gordon on the dump off. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Cordray Tankersley, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question. Can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Hey, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Now it's the backup Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Nelson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Tannehill now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up second down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Chargers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Gun!
Now back to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards on the play.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
4 down. Watch him now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Watch tight end right.
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. The Chargers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, 4 down. Watch him now, Barney!
He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Flush to his right. He goes underneath to Drake. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. On first down, Tannehill. Flushed out right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. The quick slant caught, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. Oh, now he bowls him over. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Hey. 4 down. Set! Green, 39! Green, 39!
Mike, check, 59. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we... So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Detroit! Hey, guys, check me out.
They'll look to throw here. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be third and forever.
Hey, 20. Ready, hot.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Corey Liuget in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning, it's Benjamin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Nortman on the kick as he sends it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of it. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Third and long, it's Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Nelson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Here's Tannehill. And that's complete to Lewis. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Tannehill on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Lets it go for Nelson. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Check. 3 down. Go. Zero. Go. Do.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Nelson. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Now a desperation throw deep down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch the screen. Over.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brad Nortman now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And that one results in 35 yards.
20.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Watch 32. Watch 32. Tight on this side, boys.
He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the home team here, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.
You